Loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes on the road.
Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens. This is taken at his 4. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And incomplete to open things up.
Did a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago. They're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting has taken over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards on the play. First down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes, he's going to air it out for... It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, 43, 15.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Philip Dorsett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. Let's go. Their own 25-yard line.
Set. And Lobo.
Mike. You don't want none.
Hey, Wahoo. Check.
Shoot. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Running with Howard. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Jump. Alpha. Big grip.
They'll try the air now with Hill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Topper.
Be good. Switch. Check 9.
They run with Howard. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Hill now to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. George Kittle, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Hill looks to throw. Dancing to his left. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, you know, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons.
Could change.
Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, they will have a much better study and much better case of what we're going to do.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you...
He's got a man complete. 36 yards on the play.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. It looks so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it second down and 11.
Yellow.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10.
Rock it.
SOS.
Here's Hill now after the interception. Man open left side, it's Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Howard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
6-6, pull it high. Shoot.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hill. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. George Kittle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. A shotgun snap for Hill. And it'll be intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mahomes going to throw. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Mahomes firing complete. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. White now to return. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And
through an opening, and there he goes. The 40, 30, past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Jordan Howard, 94 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
The Niners take over. Let's go, baby. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play fake. Mahomes. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atoned for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. On 2nd down, it's Howard. Devin McCourty brings him down.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Go now. 10 Lobo.
54 Mike. I'm coming after you.
Hey, Haywood. Hit it.
Hill on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Let's go. 30 base. Hey, Delta.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Let's go.
On first down, it's Hill. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So now, once again, the Ravens will go for 2.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
There. Ready.
To throw is Hill. And this will be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Yellow.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Bang, 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 bang. Collect.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Ravens have got it. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
Here we go, here we go. 18, Gator.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
The carry here for the big tight end. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, Whitaker. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Trying the right side with Howard. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Set up, 50, plant.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
From the gun on 3rd, Hill. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
They go with Howard again, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, exit. Let's go.
Here's Hill. Got a man, it's caught. For a Ravens touchdown. Devontae Parker, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Squeeze. Ready.
From the gun, here's Hill. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, man, because
and he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Throw to the right here to Gordon. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Forced out to his left, and this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Let's go. 10 Lobo. Smooth.
Check. 53's mine.
Let's go.
On 1st down, Hill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. If you get careless with the football, look out.
So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Mahomes will try again on second down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Let's go.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And Gresham has it left side. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Flush to his right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Mahomes now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And it's a fumble. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Jermaine Gresham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
On 2nd and 9. Hill, he's going to let one go deep for Parker. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. He was looking for Parker that time. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And avoids the contact by sliding. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And a 49er first down.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Open man is Gordon, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. Mahomes going to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Breaking that one up was Justin Evans. Read it perfectly. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. The Jets have now taken a late lead. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Shift, watch the shift. Jack.
Big Griffin, Big Griffin.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Stocker's got it. Complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Hill. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, Charlie.
54.
Ready?
So here we go on 4th. Hill.
Double go. That's the way.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
At their own 15-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to